Since we're about halfway through the season, I think it's the perfect time to look at regional standings and where bid allocations might go this year. I've already covered how College Ultimate Postseason works in my preseason video, but I'll quickly summarize. College Ultimate is split into 10 regions, and the National Championship in Madison, Wisconsin gives out 20 bids. The first 10 bids are evenly distributed to every region, so every team in the nation at least has a chance to go to Nationals. But the team that ultimately gets to go to Nationals must do well at the regional tournament, which is held in the beginning of May. The remaining 10 bids are distributed based on how well teams did as a region during the regular season. This is called bid allocation. Bid allocation is more specifically determined by the USAU ranking system that gives a team a score based on their strength of schedule and margin of victory. The teams with the highest scores get bids for their region. For example, if the New England region gets 4 bids for having 4 teams ranked in the top 10, then you only have to place as high as 4th in your regional tournament in order to make it to Nationals. But if a region like, the Metro East, for example, doesn't have anyone ranked in the top 20, they'll still get 1 bid, but in order to reach Nationals, you'll have to place first at the regional tournament. Since USAU doesn't do a very good job of posting regional standings, we're going to have to rely on Cody Mills' website, which ranks every college team in the nation based on the USAU ranking system. If you want to check it out for yourself, his website is in the description below. So, let's see how each team is doing so far. In the Atlantic Coast, UNC Darkside still maintains the number 1 ranking after taking their first loss of the season at Smoky Mountain Invite. They're undefeated in the region, followed by NC State, whose only region loss is against Darkside. NC Wilmington Seamen give their region a 3rd bid after winning the Easterns qualifier, but South Carolina and NC Charlotte Skyrise could take the bid over the Seamen at the regional tournament, considering they've each already beat Seamen once this year. All of these teams will be competing at Easterns, so they have the chance to steal one more bid or lose a bid. The Southeast has a strong hold on 2 bids already that they'll likely carry for the rest of the season, since the Nightmares in Georgia are in the top 10. Georgia Tech and Tulane are also doing well, both undefeated against regional opponents so far. New England is by far the most loaded region this year, with Brown making the finals at Florida Warm-Up, Vermont breaking seed at Smoky Mountain Invite, and UMass winning it all at Smoky Mountain. 5 New England teams are in the top 20, meaning that if the season ended today, they would likely receive 5 bids to Nationals, which is insane. This list doesn't even include Tufts, who are sitting in 26th. However, someone in my Discord, link in the description, pointed out that a team must play 10 sanctioned games to be officially ranked. So McGill and Northeastern must play at least 1 more tournament before they can officially take bids. I doubt that USAU will give more than 4 bids to a region, but if New England teams continue to play well, then they may have no choice. South Central still has control of 2 bids, but are knocking on the doorstep of a 3rd. If Contra keeps making the finals and tournaments, like at Stanford Invite, then they could get 1 more bid for South Central. But even if they don't, they could have a shot at taking the bid from Texas at the regional tournament. Cal Poly SLO is the only team in the top 10 that is still undefeated. Even though they haven't played a top team from the East Coast, they could still end the year without a loss. But with the Ursa Majors and Smog having underwhelming performances at Smoky Mountain, UCLA and Berkeley dropped out of the bid allocations, leaving Southwest with only 1 bid. They could make this up, with the Ursa Majors only being 1 spot away from securing another bid. The Northwest is in a similar situation as the Southwest, where they only have one bid to their name, but have multiple teams just on the edge of securing one or two more. With Washington's consistent play and Oregon State's heroics at Press Day, the Northwest will likely get one more bid before the season is over. The Ohio Valley is getting more recognition this year, with Pitt making it to the semifinals at Smoky Mountain, Penn State making it to the finals at Queen City Tune-Up, and Ohio State, who took Spank to Universe at the Eastern Qualifier. All three of these teams are playing at Easterns this year, and if they break seed, they could take one more bid for their region. After Smoky Mountain Invite, Carleton are placed a few spots ahead of Gray Ducks, even though Minnesota already beat Cut once this season. Carleton and Minnesota each have a pretty firm grip on their bids for the region, but all will be decided after Easterns, where the region's top three teams will be competing. They have a chance of securing one more bid, but are also at risk of losing a bid. After a disappointing performance from Michigan at Florida warm-up, they don't find themselves as the top team in the Great Lakes. This honor goes to the Illinois Rise, who won the Golden Triangle Invitational and broke seed at Stanford Invite. Michigan will have a chance to redeem themselves at Easterns, but in all likelihood, the Great Lakes will only get one more bid, and like last year, it will come down to who can win at regionals. Finally, the Metro East region, where the best team this year is Sunny Buffalo, Green Eggs and Ham, who are ranked just inside the top 80, coming in an impressive second at the Oak Creek Challenge and beating the number 1 seeded Cornell 1-13. Sunny Buffalo could take the region this year. But as we all already know, anything can happen in the Metro East region.